Welcome back to our series on Indian history in History 01. I said that we would move on from religion, so let's talk about geography. For the next handful of History 01 lectures, I will use the term India as a catch-all term for regions that you might not think of as India. For example, even if I'm talking about a region that includes Pakistan, I will say India. Why would I do this? The answer is that the hostile rival to Pakistan is the Republic of India. Indeed, several different regions of the subcontinent in question have gone through several different names. To make things easier for you guys during the series on ancient India, let me start off with the Pangean era. Ah yes, Pangaea. Who could ever forget the supercontinent that all of the continents used to comprise millions of years ago? I'm sure you all know that the Indian subcontinent and Eurasia were on two separate ends of Pangaea. It was only after Pangaea split apart that the Indian subcontinent finally connected itself to Eurasia. So there we have it. This entire series on ancient Indian history will be about the history of the Indian subcontinent. Now we have the question of why I must use the term India. Well, back when ancient Indian civilization first began, the word India referred to the entire Indian subcontinent. India was used as a synonym for Indian subcontinent. So let me just draw this really quick. This will be a very poor depiction of India, so I apologize to all my fellow Indians in advance. So yeah, you might recognize these borders from modern day maps, but all of this is the Indian subcontinent. British colonialists arrived in 1857 and colonized a specific portion of the Indian subcontinent. That portion was called the Raj. The rest of them were separate countries called Sri Lanka, Bhutan, and Nepal. This means that the political landscape of the Indian subcontinent during 1857 consisted of the Raj, Sri Lanka, Bhutan, and Nepal. Let me just illustrate that for you. There, you see, the British colonialists had taken over a huge chunk of the Indian subcontinent. However, as soon as the Raj obtained independence in 1947, it split into two separate countries. the Republic of India, and Pakistan. Hence, the Indian subcontinent of 1947 consisted of the Republic of India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bhutan, and Nepal. Let me just write that for you. Now, as you can see, I wrote down West Pakistan and East Pakistan. This is because Bangladesh did not exist yet when the Raj first obtained independence in 1947. Still, during the early 1970s, when my parents were just kids, East Pakistan became Bangladesh, whereas West Pakistan became Pakistan. So now, let me add in new names. This is what our modern day maps will tell us. Today, the Indian subcontinent consists of the Republic of India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Bhutan, and Nepal. These are all the areas that my historical narrative will cover. I will use the term India no matter how many of these places I'm actually talking about. If I am referring to a historical event in the area that we now call the Republic of India, I will specify by saying Republic of India. Now that I've given you all the lay of the land, I can't wait to get into the concrete details of what happened thousands of years ago in the Republic of India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Bhutan, and Nepal. Today, however, I implore you all to join me in a few minutes for Psychology 01.